Hi, let's go over examples number 2 and 3 from yesterday's lesson. I want you to open your workbooks to page 307, and I'll wait. When we solve these equations, we're not really doing anything different. We're just adding some skills that we used before. So step number 1 is we are going to do the distributive property. So I'm going to do my work over here on the left-hand side. I'm going to have 2 sets of parentheses, plus 3 is greater than or equal to 9. So let's go ahead and fill in our parentheses. And by the way, if I'm going too fast, you can absolutely pause me, catch up, and then start the video again. All right, so in my first set of parentheses, I have a negative 3 times x. In my second set of parentheses, I'm going to have negative 3 times 4. All right, this is negative 3x. This is negative 12. And then I copy, copy, copy. All right, you might want to pause me for a second and get caught up. All right, step number 2. We might have to combine some like terms. These are both constants, so we can put them together. I'm going to copy, but instead of this, I'm going to make that a negative 9. Copy, copy. All right, now we're on to add or subtract your constant. Remember, you are working on the side that has the variable. So it looks like this negative 9 has to go. In order to make that go, I'm going to add 9 to both sides. And the reason is because negative 9 plus 9 makes 0. That cancels. I'm going to bring down my negative 3x. I'm going to bring down my symbol. And I'm going to bring down 18. All right, step number 4 is when I multiply or divide my coefficient. So to get rid of a multiply by negative 3, I'm going to divide by negative 3. Don't drop your negative. But here it gets tricky. Remember, if you multiply or divide by a negative, you're going to flip your sign. So my answer is x is less than or equal to negative 6. So when I graph that, it's going to be filled in because it's equal to and everything less than. Okay, here is example number 3. And again, if I'm going too fast, I want you to stop the video, catch up, and then start again. I'm going to see if I can't put my steps inside of their steps. So step number 1, I'm going to distribute. In my first set of parentheses, I have 2 times 3.5t. I am subtracting. Second set of parentheses, 2 times 2, and then copy, copy, copy. All right, so what they did was they multiplied and got 7 t's. They multiplied and got 4. And they copied, copied, copied the rest of it. Step number 2, you're going to combine your like terms. So they took 7 t's plus 6 t's to get 13 t's. They still had a minus 4, they still had a greater than or equal to, and they still had a negative 2. Now here's where I'm going to veer off a little bit. Step number 3 is to add or subtract. So let me copy this over here. You're going to start on the side that has the variable. I'm looking for the constant. To get rid of a -4, I'm going to add 4 to both sides. Cancel. Bring down. Bring down. Bring down. Step number 4, I'm going to multiply or divide. The opposite of multiplying by 13 is dividing by 13. Notice they left this as a fraction. Perfect. Love it. Could have changed it into a decimal, but they chose not to. Oop, I can see I made a mistake. You guys tend to make the same mistake. You are so in the habit of having an equal sign that you put an equal sign just like I just did. But there aren't any equal signs, Mrs. Weeks, so make sure you have the right sign. All right, because t is greater than or equal to our answer, we would fill it in and shade to the right. All right, here are your try-its. You may have a partner if A, you're on task, B, you are at a good voice level. I want you to talk, solve, check against my answer key. The sub should have it on my back desk, and then repeat. Talk, solve, check, repeat.